Hello, Flosstube. Hello. Welcome back, or welcome here. Hi, my name is Robin. I'm with Crossroads Stitching. If you're new here, this is a mostly weekly video about cross stitch with a whole lot of weirdness. And if you're not new here, thank you for coming back to the weirdness. It's all weirdness at this point. This is going to be a fairly short video, on account of the Stitchy Bug abandoned me this week, and so I have not stitched very much at all. While I was at work, I was reading the book for the Witchy Stitcher book club, which is really good. I'm not sure where it's going to go from here. We already had a couple twists and turns, and I'm just like, oh, okay. So, there's that. We have to discuss the tail end of that by, I think, the end of February. So that'll be fun. But we did our book discussion, and it was really cool. A lot of people had the same thoughts that I did, so I think it makes me feel like I'm not alone in going, if this goes the way I think it goes, I'm going to throw this book. So, but we'll see if reading this on a deadline gets me back into reading, because it's not like I don't have enough books. Both physical, Kindle, audio. Yeah. There are books on almost every flat surface of my home, because I come from a family of readers, and I was an avid reader for a very long time. This has nothing to do with cross-stitch. This is the weird part. So, cross-stitch wise, the Stitchy Bug has abandoned me. Do not know what happened. It's just not there. I got one thing in the mail, and I'm going to try and find the email or the group that I got it from. A lady posted this in one of the cross-stitch supply or cross-stitch D-stash groups, and it actually goes over your couch arm like this. I know my arm makes a great couch arm, but it's got two big pockets, and then this one's got those are the same two big pockets, genius. Two big pockets here. It's got this heavy-duty felt in here that you can, and I have stuck needles into. I might have just stuck that one in there the wrong way. No, I didn't. Okay, thank God. And then on the other side, it has three small pockets, and then three smaller pockets, a little bit of lace. I have no idea what this is for. At first, I thought it was to, like, roll it up, except this is the only button, and I can't figure out how to make that work. There was also an adorable little Ort container that this came with that has since disappeared in my house. It's a thing. So I got this. I really like this just black and white kind of a pattern. I am a sucker for anything that's basically black and white and gray. I think I paid like 40 bucks for that. Maybe a little bit more, including shipping, but as far as I'm concerned, if it just sits right there on my couch arm and I can just tuck the stuff that I'm working on in there, it's great. I have tucked my scissors in here numerous times. I'm going to try and turn this camera very gently, and you can see the absolute madness. There you go. That is the absolute madness that is my couch. What else do we got? The only thing that I've really worked on has been ink circles by Spin Cycle by Ink Circles, which looks like this. Pretty sure it was a freebie that came when I ordered off of the website. This is either going to be really, really great or really, really horrible. I have yet to figure it out. We shall see. This is what it looks like right now. I pulled it out of the hoop because I thought that I had lost, because I'm doing this with ecru floss, because I thought that the ecru floss would just kind of pop really nicely against this Live and Dye LA fabric, and I really want to say that this is Shades of Autumn. But I thought that I lost the ecru, then I found the ecru, and if I got really smart, I put the ecru in the bag that I was trying to keep this one in. I don't remember. But I just thought that it would be really nice to have like a simple pattern with just a plain single floss color, but to put it on a really pretty background. That's the only thing I've really been stitching on. Things I've been supposed to be stitching on were Haunted Eve's Hallows Eve Haunting. I keep wanting to call this Haunted Happenings, and there's a reason. It's called I live near Salem, Massachusetts, and every year they do a thing in October, because it's Salem, Massachusetts, obviously, called Haunted Happenings. So every time I see Hallows Eve Haunting, my brain just turns that into Haunted Happenings. I have mislabeled this and called it the wrong name 90% of the time that I have owned it. It is by Autumn Lane. I am supposed to be 25% done with this by the end of February. If WIPGO has taught me anything, it's that if I say I want to do more of this, my brain will go, that sounds like a task and not just following the joy. And we're not about that. So maybe WIPGO isn't the way for me. I don't know. Really don't know. Still trying to figure it out. The other one that I'm supposed to be working on is this guy right here, which is Moonlight Sampler. And I'm trying to get the slightly busted front cover piece that I have for it. It is upside down. And I have stitched absolutely 0 stitches on this. I am hoping that I can get some stitching done into that tonight. I really, really want to get some stitching done in on that tonight. I'm really hoping that the Stitchy Bug comes back and has not abandoned me forever. I have been watching the stuff that's coming out of Nashville Market. The short answer is I want so much stuff, my wallet is crying. And the longer part of that is I'm broke. And it hasn't finished, I don't think. I know I'm getting everything from Mystic Fabrics, I think it is, on Facebook. She's got a Facebook group. So I'll link the Facebook group that is there for that. But she's posting everything from Nashville Market as it comes up. She'll then be heading to Nashville Market, picking everything up, and then shipping it out. So I know there was some Tiny Modernist stuff that I wanted that I put my name down for. There's one, and it's like buying cross-stitch supplies like I'm an immortal. I felt attacked and also seen and validated at the same time. Also, no, I don't know what's going on with my light. It's witness protection lighting. That's all I can tell you at this point. So, Nashville Market has been kind/unkind to me. There are 2 Dinky Dies patterns that I want. There are 2 I think there were 2 Tiny Modernists. I went through and totaled up like all of the things that I had said me please on, because that's basically what she's doing. Because it's a pre-order, she can go in and she'll post everything up in an album. I know I'm getting the cookbook. I don't cook that much, but it seems like it's pretty significant to get the cookbook from this. So I'm definitely getting the cookbook. There were so many things that I wanted. Like, so many things. Like, I go through these albums and I'm like, yes, yes, yes. And then we hit like a huge, like, patriotic or like Quaker or like sampler style. And I'm just like, there it goes again. Now, the catch to that is if you make it Halloween. If you make it Halloween, I do not care if it's a sampler. I will buy it. I am not a sampler person. I'm not a Quaker style person. The fastest way, however, to get me to stitch something is to make it Halloween. You make it spooky, I'll make it happen. Like the Haunted Stitches needlebook from Stacey Nash Primitives. That's typically not my style, but it's got a crow and a pumpkin on it, and now I'm in. Calling Crows or Crow's Corner, same thing. Very Quaker style. I can show them off. Not typically my thing, but I swear to you, you put crows on it. Oh, the one that got me. That I don't know that I've actually gone in and claimed, put my pre-order down for, was the Draven. And I want to say that was by Illuma something. I'm forgetting the designer. If I can find it, I will post it in the description. But basically, it's like a cross between a crow a raven and a dragon. And it talks about their affinity for shiny things and how they're protecting their collection. It was too perfect. So I definitely have to go lay claim to that one. Pre-order that one. A friend of mine, Nessa, because these are all going to be physical patterns that are coming, is trying to do a thing where she has to cull that many physical patterns out of her pattern stash. I don't know if I can do that, because the problem is that I don't have a whole lot of patterns. I mean, I have a lot of patterns, but I have a lot of patterns that I really, really love. I don't have as many patterns that I'm just not over the moon about. So now digital patterns. Digital patterns is another story entirely, and it is like my Kindle book problem, and that is that if I don't have to find a space to physically put it, then I can just keep buying it. Also, it's also like, oh, this is a $3 pattern. I'll just buy that. It's just $3. Oh, this is a $3 Kindle book. It's little. I'll just buy it. But I definitely need to get the Draven pattern. I definitely need to get there's a Tiny Modernist Crow one. There is a Halloween Quaker sampler. The one from Dinky Dies is called, like, Dragon something. And then there's one that's for a pattern for, like, 3 bookmarks. That does some really fun things with negative space. And so Nashville Market has been devastating to my wallet and probably will continue to do so. I will probably spend the rest of the evening actually just going through that and seeing what I can find. I also may wind up filming an intro for this channel this week, because it's on my mind, and I think that might be a little bit of a serotonin boost for me. I don't think it's going to be anything wild or crazy. I literally think that it's going to be me, like, throwing floss on a camera. like just dropping the floss onto the camera, and then get some random music that is, you know, DRM free so that YouTube doesn't throw a hissy fit about it. I know one of the things that I got, there's so many tea patterns in Nashville Market, and I want to buy them all because I am an absolute tea junkie, and have started slowly converting the people at work into proper tea snobs, to the point where I was like, they didn't want us to have anything that had a heating element in it, and I'm like, well, what about like an electric kettle for tea? She goes, no heating element, and I'm like, so you want me to use either microwaved water or dirty coffee Keurig water for my tea? Now, let's be fair. I do drink coffee also. I drink my coffee typically in a mocha style fashion. So lots of creamer, peppermint mocha creamer currently, a little bit of Splendor. I don't like coffee for the taste. I like coffee for the kick. I like tea for the taste. And if they had tea that had enough kick, like a cup of coffee, I probably wouldn't touch coffee. There's just something about coffee that wakes me up really good on really sluggish mornings, and so we go with that. So I like coffee, and I like coffee from the Keurig just fine, but when I'm after a cup of tea, I'm after a cup of tea and I don't want it to taste like coffee. I have the same problem when I need to get warm water to make my oatmeal in the morning. If I use the Keurig to get the hot water, it doesn't work out as well because then it kind of tastes like coffee. It's a little weird. So I just put enough hot water in the electric kettle that they finally let us have, and for a cup of tea and a cup of and a bowl of oatmeal, because I bring the oatmeal in and I leave it in a communal area so that if anybody wants a bowl of oatmeal, they are more than welcome to have some. I have put a sticker on it that says, if you need this, grab this. Same with the peppermint creamer that I bring into work. I don't mind sharing it. I put it in a place where I can share it at all times. I forgot to message Sarah and tell her to take the pizza home. I really hope she just did that. Moving on. We got pizza one day at work last week. One of the facilities guys came in and he bought pizza for everybody. And I had put my name on the Meat Lovers pizza because I was going to bring it home to Anthony. Because Anthony's Italian and he is a connoisseur of pizza. He works at a pizza place for goodness sake. So I was going to bring that home for him. And instead of doing that, I left it in the fridge for 3 days. So that was fun. I will find out Monday. No, I will find out Tuesday what happened to that pizza. Primitive Hair came out with a whole bunch of stuff on for Nashville Market, but not very many of it says market exclusive, and I think that I'm going to be a little bit more careful with what I pre-order because I want it to be more market exclusive or limited time only. Like, I know one of the things that I grabbed was something that had come out of retirement. And I'm like, okay, well, if we're bringing this out of retirement, then it could go back into retirement. And I'll never see it again. And I'm not really in the mood to play that game. So, there's that. Nashville Market, Mystic Fabrics Facebook group has 4 albums of Nashville Market stuff. Obviously, she's closed the first, I think 2 albums, but I think album 3 is still open. I hope album 3 is still open. I know album 4 closes around the 20th, I think. So we're going to see what, I'm probably going to go look at Nashville Market and see what they have going on. Other than that, not much has been going on at the house. Work is crazy. But I don't think that work is ever not going to be crazy. That's just kind of the nature of the job that I do. But I'm trying my best, and I'm pushing through it, and I think I'm doing okay. I'm still a little worried because I'm still fairly new at this job. I did see that Joann's has DMC floss for 45 cents. Do with that information what you will. Also, DMC did have a President's Day sale going where you could get the hardwood case with the 500 flosses in it, and they had a deal on it. Again, do with that information what you will. I will probably not look at the hardwood case until I know if I'm going to have like a dedicated little stitchy room, because I literally have nowhere in my cozy little corner that I could really put the DMC case. Oh God, do I want it though. That is not stopping me from wanting it. But I'm actually seriously considering getting something different instead. Instead of getting the DMC one where you have all the little skeins, or I'll probably wind up with that one and another one. But I want to get one where I have everything on bobbins, and obviously I have to bobbinate everything. But I don't hate bobbinating. I find it to be rather calming, because you're just sitting there, you're making motions with your hands. You can think about stuff, but also if you're not paying attention, it'll get out of hand. So, like I said, not much to talk about this week. I'm going to go check out the stuff from the Nashville Market. And then maybe if I get lucky, I can get a few stitches in on Moonlight Sampler tonight. And if not, I'm hoping I can get some in on it tomorrow. We shall see, we shall see. I'm also hoping to get a little bit of reclaiming of the living room tomorrow. I try and have one big project on the weekend. And with me having Monday off, it kind of works out. So we're going to see if I can reclaim at least a little bit of my living room. And maybe find half the things that I've lost in the last 3 weeks. So, I hope you all have a great week. This is Saturday. I don't remember what day it is. This is Saturday. This is... and hopefully I'll be uploading about the same time. I will see you guys next week. Hopefully the Stitchy Bug will have made his way back into my home. I wonder if this is punishment for keeping the frog locked up in my basement. Oh, one thing though I did see, because I am on the Witchy Stitcher Discord, is that is Patreon exclusive. She may or may not be making a sticker at some time in the near future. It was just like a little doodle she did of like a little like gremlin looking creature, and it said, I thought I knew how to count, and then I started cross stitch, and I'm like, yeah. It's like that. There's a TikTok sound that's going around. It's like, are you okay with confronting how much you actually can't count? Good. Okay, you can crochet now. Something to that effect. I might find that sound and then kidnap it and use it for a short. We'll see what happens. I will talk to you guys next week. It should be business as usual for a while. I should really start making StitchCon preparations. Like working on getting a hotel. And or a flight. We will see what happens. But my friend Ash, it does look like they are moving the event that they like to go to called Lakes into July. So now they feel even better about the fact that they booked StitchCon tickets, because they would have been really sad if they had missed out on StitchCon, only to find out that Lakes was in July. So hopefully I will be in Cincinnati for StitchCon this year. And it should be a fun time. Hopefully I will not be as nervous about flying this time, because I was pretty bad last time. Flying out to my friend was pretty bad. I may actually just fly straight into Cincinnati, because my friend Nessa does live in Cincinnati, and she may or may not be doing the basically a paid shuttle ride sort of things, like an Uber, but not for people flying into Cincinnati. So I may do that. I may just fly into Cincinnati, although flying into Detroit and hanging with Ash for the extra day was also nice. So, like, I could go either way. Depends entirely on how much flights are to each place. We shall see. We shall see. I love how I've tried to wrap this video up 3 times and have failed all 3 times. I hope you have a good week. Happy stitching. Maybe next week I'll have more to show, work-wise, and I will talk to you soon.